All right, folks, can I tell you something that really frustrates me? Okay, because I will. You know, one of the things that frustrates me the most about the fundamentalist and evangelical, let's call it, system of thought around theology or the Bible or a number of other topics. Now, I want to be very careful how I just said that. The evangelical or fundamentalist system of thought. There are always exceptions. There are always people who fly under the radar or push outside the boundaries, all that sort of stuff. You can find examples within the evangelical world who might not think the way I'm going to describe them here, but still that doesn't matter. My experience is this: one of the more frustrating things with the evangelical and fundamentalist system of thought is this, that you can't learn anything from those who don't already think like you. Now, I think a big exception to that is I know many evangelical scholars who, are engaged in scholarship and who went to graduate schools, universities, not seminaries that are, conservative or anything like that, but they went to real research universities to do their PhDs. And they were definitely changed as a result, right? Now, it depends how high their ceiling is. They might not push things too much, but they still have learned something from them. But by and large, especially on the popular level, that's really where I'm focusing on. The evangelical and fundamentalist system doesn't think you need to learn from people who don't think like you. And I find that to be a real shame, because I have learned so much from Jewish professors, for example, that I had in graduate school. Now, of course, you're saying, man, that's a problem. That's why you're such a heretic. Yeah. Anyway, I'm not a heretic. I just think differently than some people do. And I learned so much that, I'm going to say this, is of spiritual benefit to me from studying with Jews, or some who don't really have any religious affiliation at all, or some who used to have a religious affiliation, namely fundamentalism, but then the more they learned, they just left fundamentalism, which for them is leaving Christianity as a whole, which I understand. I think it's a shame, but I understand that. So I've learned a lot, and there are people in the world who can understand things about the Bible. Now, they may not be able to guide you spiritually, but that's not the point. I'm not talking about that. There are people who are very skilled in history and linguistics and have theological ideas and interpretive ideas, and I have gained a lot from people who just are not like me. And that includes people who aren't white males. And I'm not pandering, I really mean that, from people who are from different walks of life, who have different experiences, and who fold those experiences into a conversation with a deep study of theology or a deep study of the text. So I'm very happy to say that I have not simply stayed at my end of the pool and where it's comfortable and warm and all that sort of stuff, but I've learned a lot from people not like me. And it's a shame when I get online and people disagree with something and they immediately discount what I say because of where I'm getting it from, the people that I'm reading or the people that I have read, and say, well, you're not like us, so of course that's why you're getting it all wrong, and we're not going to listen to you. I don't think God made the world that way, to be honest with you, just to be isolated and to be groups under a bubble that don't interact with each other. I think all truth is God's truth, and I think all people, regardless of whether they're evangelicals or not, can discern truth and understand things and teach that to us.